Oh yes, I got my priest. LeeMako is going to be playing Paladin, Shaman, and Hunter. His priest has been banned, and Retro will be playing Warrior, Warlock, and Hunter, and his priest has always been also been banned. So just let the players know that we're all ready to go. And
they've already challenged each other.
Sweet, awesome. I'm keen to quote LeeMako, half stoning. That's a bit of a weird reference to me, but okay. Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna be spectating Retro, your speaker, LeeMako, and this will be fun. This is gonna be fun. I don't know whether you guys know, but cool. We're about to go in a game. Let's get our game face on. What's that, sorry?
What classes do you think both players should start with?
I think Warrior for Retro is pretty safe, and because of that, I think LeeMako might pick up his Paladin, but we may see a Hunter here. So okay, totally wrong. Quality casting here. Let's get LeeMako's mulligans. So in LeeMako's hand at the moment, we have Hunter's Mark, a Boar, and a dies. Oh, and Scavenger Hyena. That's a bit of a strange play.
Yeah, a common trap with the hyena is snake trap, because when the player or minion attacks one of the hunter's minions, it triggers a snake trap, and they can use it to buff the hyena.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm agreeing with the Boar. This probably does telegraph a pretty aggro hunter here. Well, yeah, obviously. And we may see the Warlock struggle to deal with this, considering his handlock. But
with the well played.
Yeah.
One health minion.
Big shout out to LeeMako and Retro for spamming emotes at everyone. That's good. It helps us balance our audio levels, or at least that's what I'm gonna go with.
I don't like the Hunter's hero play there. I think he should have played the hyena, just for board presence.
Oh, I don't know. It really comes down to how much you're valuing the hyena. I definitely want to see it come out after a Misha, or even that Kodo. Once that Kodo gets the value, that'd be kind of a nice timing. We do see. How do you feel about coin Twilight Drake here?
Yeah, that's a really strong play. I would have definitely done that, coin the Twilight.
I guess that does kind of put you off for the Mountain Giant play. So maybe we're seeing Retro focus on the Mountain Giant. Although we are going to see that pretty heavily punished by the Hunter's Mark in LeeMako's hand. So we'll see how it plays out.
The Twilight Drake would have countered the Leok. He could have killed the Leok on his turn.
Yeah. Oh well. Still, I mean, it is kind of a good time to get the Fasties out early. Generally against Hunter, the heal's pretty heavy value. And, we might see it get set up with a Sun Fury. Although we could just see an Unleash the Hounds here. Unleash the Hounds plus Hyena would be pretty strong with a Hunter's Mark. That would be the play I'd go for. What about you, Taipan?
Yeah, I definitely do the same. I'd go Hyena, Unleash, and then Hunter's Mark the Giant.
We are seeing the Warlock get pretty heavily punished for the greedy play of guaranteeing the Giant out. He doesn't actually have a good answer for the.
He can silence the Hyena with the Owl.
I don't know. I would have. I would like to see a bit more Dark Bomb value or anything else. Even a Hellfire would be pretty ideal here. This feels weak.
Hellfire wouldn't kill the Hyena.
Well, I mean, if he hadn't been so greedy with his plays previously, he would have been able to do it, because he'd had the Twilight Drake or something.
He still had the coin, so yeah, he could have Hellfired if he did have it.
By the way, okay, so Kodo, refresh me on Kodo. Yeah, it's destroy many minions. We could see the Kodo here come down and clear out the Owl. I don't think he's too threatened by the Ancient Watcher. He doesn't have a good way to deal with Taunt in his hand at the moment, which is a bit disappointing. I definitely like this play. There's probably not many minions you're going to get value out of the Kodo for, but let's see how it plays out.
And the Warlock is going to get 2 taunts here, because he's going to go Twilight Drake into Sun Fury.
We would hope, yes. In that order.
Really strong play. Yeah, because you'd hate to go Taunt then Twilight Drake.
Happens to me all the time. Or when you go, I had one the other... Whoa. Okay. Bit greedy, but
He's scaring me right now. What is the Warlock doing?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess he is valuing the Twilight Drake. Maybe he wants to see it for a Shadow Flame, or bit strange. Kodo pretty easily trade here. Iron Front, maybe not the strongest.
I'd be saving the Siphon for his Savannah.
Although, I mean, that Kodo is pretty scary, and Siphon is generally a pretty terrible answer for the Savannah. Is there a case to Sludge Belcher here?
He doesn't have Sludge.
No, he does. It's coming to hand this turn, sorry.
Oh, I only see 2 Sun Fury and Molten. I don't see it Sludge on my screen.
You might actually have to rejoin Retro.
Maybe it's glitched or something, yeah.
Okay, did you see the Savannah come out right now?
No, I didn't.
I think you have to rejoin. I'll cast until you get back, so it's not an issue. But yeah, like Tythan said previously, it might have been a better idea to hold the Siphon for the Savannah. I don't know how I feel about that, just in terms of... I think at the point that the Hunter's playing Savannah without hero power, you're hoping that you can just get these mad tempo turns with double Molten Giant and things. So we'll see how it plays out. I think the taunt of the Sylvanas is pretty solid. I'd be surprised if he doesn't trade in here. This could end pretty badly for the Hunter. Although if he draws another Savannah High Main, Scavenging Hyena, with those 2 cards in hand, we could see something pretty massive come down. And I don't think I've seen many... Oh, sorry guys for not flipping those hands. I haven't seen many Hunters play double Silence in their decks, even though it is a beast. And this does seem like a bit of a beast Hunter.
Another way for the Warlock to deal with Savannah is Iron Beak Owl, but he already used that in a previous turn.
You may see him play too. Although I guess that kind of is weak to a lot of stuff. Oh.
Perfect steal.
We know who the RNG favors. So as the Warlock at this point, are you going face, or are we looking for, like, are you gonna Loatheb or Sludge Belcher this turn?
If I was a Warlock, I would be so scared of double skill command right now if he draws into it, because he's so low on health.
It does take definitely a lot of skill to play the kill commands. Considering he's got 5 beasts out. I think there's a case to tap. There would have been a case to tap. You still could have got the Molten Giant out. I maybe would have
definitely life tapping is a good play, because you're not going to die anytime soon, so it was safe.
We are going to see the Sludge Belcher get taken down pretty handily, and he has positioned the Wolf a little bit strange. Actually, no, that was ideal. That was ideal, because otherwise you wouldn't get 3 attack on that.
And the Warlock's going to get the Molten out for free.
Yep. He's probably hoping to draw in a bit more taunt here. Although Siphon Soul is a good answer. Definitely looking to clear both the beasts, because again, the skill command is a bit hardcore. I can't see him... Well, this is the problem. If he attacks to clear the other beast at this point, he's guaranteed to have 3 beasts. So
by attacking face, he knew it was Snake Trap the whole time.
Interesting, King of Beasts. That could maybe delay this, but we are going to see game 1 go to Retro's Warlock, because he does have at least 1 board pretty handily. Well played. Although it would have been interesting to see the synergy between King of Beasts and the Snake Trap. Although no, King of Beasts is based on the battle cry. It's like old Frostwolf thing. But anyway, either way, game 1 going to Retro's Warlock. So I'll update the overlay now just to reflect that, and we'll wait for the players to go into game 2. Interesting game, bit quick, but interesting game. So yeah, I mean, would you have played that any differently, Taipan?
No, I think the Hunter did the best he could. He was top decking most of the game when he ran out of cards, so he just had to play what he drew into. So he didn't really have a lot of options.
It's a bit frustrating. It must have been a bit frustrating for the Hunter to know he was so close. OBS, that bothers me. Anyway, waiting for the players to go into the next match. They are preparing to battle a friend, so we'll wait up.
Which deck would you choose to counter the Warlock? Paladin or Shaman?
Oh, a Shaman. I mean, Shaman generally, at least last season, previous seasons, always had an awesome matchup against Handlock. I mean, just not even just the silence for the Twilight Drakes, but being able to establish a board and then possibly win instantly off Bloodlust or Alakir. I would think Shaman, particularly if it's a mech Shaman with the inclusion of Crackle and Annoyatrons. That always goes well for the Shaman. I'd be surprised if he doesn't pick up on that. Although Paladin might be the answer here.
One of the strongest cards in the Shaman deck is Earthshock to deal with Twilight Drakes because you just one-shot the Drake.
And then if you've got a Feral Spirits or something, then you're able to establish your own massive board. So we are going into game, guys. I will turn on the hand flip. Sorry for not turning that on for the last game. A lot of multitasking, but we'll get it going. So yeah, we have seen LeeMako pick up the Shaman. So let's get that going. Cool. So in the Shaman's hand, we do have the. Wow. Okay, he's playing a raid leader. Something we saw actually in the first game of this tournament. We did see a raid leader. Warlock's hand, maybe not the strongest. Probably gonna keep the Shadow Flame and Mortal Coil here. I can't imagine him throwing that away. But we will see Shaman possibly mulligan the Lightning Storm, just because it is such a bad answer sometimes to any of Warlock's minions. And choosing instead to mulligan his entire hand. Interesting. And we do see Frost Shuck. Okay, this is a bit of a. This could actually be the Miracle Shaman variant, or even the Mech Miracle.
And Pint-Sized Summoner.
Oh,
that's an unusual card.
That's cool. Okay, so waiting for the Warlock to play his first card here.
Greetings, friend. Well played.
Nothing to play, so we are going to see him just end the turn. Are we going to see? Actually, yeah. If he can get the Pint-Sized Summoner out right now, that'd be pretty solid. My mistake that we were waiting for the Shaman there, but all good.
And the funny thing with the Shaman deck is the totems count as minions, so it can get buffed or debuffed by certain card effects.
Yeah.
In the hand.
Wow, that's it's a pity you didn't draw into an actual 3-drop, because that would have been really sick curve. Which again, we're not seeing anything in the Warlock's hand that can deal with that other than Hellfire on turn 4. But by that time, we'll be looking at things like possibly Draggling Mechanic or. Well, I mean, Feral Spirit can't survive it.
And when you're playing Shaman, you always want to put the totem on the right-hand side so that the hero power totems can get the buff from the Flame Tongue totem. It's just a little misplay here.
I'd probably say he doesn't think his Python Summon is going to last, but I mean, he must feel pretty good about it, getting all the way to turn 3 at the moment.
Just me and Mr. Bitey.
So the Shaman has a really strong board.
And then the Hellfire.
With Hellfire, yeah.
Pretty solid answer. Although, look at the Warlock. He's at 15 at the moment. And we see things like a Lava Burst and a Frost Shock. He's effectively at, he's going to go down to 13 right now. And then if he Lava Bursted, he's on 8. So the Warlock is effectively playing around with 6 health. If he's not aware of how aggro this deck is, he could tap twice and just lose this game. He's probably going to pick up on that, although he can't clear this turn. So we've got he can get rid of the Dragonling, which reduces 2, so he's now on 9 health. Wow. Okay. Goes down to 9, and then we've got 6. So he's got 3 health. If he rolls Spell Power Totem, he'll be on 1 health. And thank God for the overcharge or that. Yeah, the Bloodlust.
I would just Hero Power Totem and then freeze or shock the Drake.
Bit of a misplay, hexing the Drake before attacking. Although he's probably not super concerned about that. So yeah, unless the Warlock is going to taunt up here, he is still facing lethal, almost out of hand. Particularly with the Bloodlust, he'll definitely need 2 taunts, which the Sludge Belcher is great for.
Yeah, see, this is why I would have saved the Hex and used the Frost Shock on the Twilight Drake. So I could have hexed this turn now with the Lava Burst.
Yeah, definitely. Throw out Lava Burst on the Sludge Belcher. We are seeing his reach go down a little bit, but I guess he's pretty happy. Being 27 health, he can definitely take a couple of attacks from the Giant, although that did reduce his damage output by a fair amount.
I would freeze the Giant here.
Yeah, I definitely think the freeze is totally valid.
I want to kill 20.
Oh, we're gonna see him hold on to the freeze again. Maybe he's a bit worried about if the Warlock is able to stabilize, not wasting that card. We could see the Shadow Flame here would be pretty strong. Shadow Flame into clearing the Nerubian with the Giant. However, we are gonna see him instead choose to hold on to his Ancient Watcher and use the Siphon Soul instead. I guess valuing the health over reducing the board. Here we see the Raid Leader. I'm not sure I agree with Raid Leader in most cases.
No, it's too expensive. It's not a great card to use in ranked or tournament.
Well, I mean, again, it does lend itself to a very aggro deck, and particularly this matchup, you do want to see an Ancient deck. Instead of choosing the Shadow Flame last turn, he's saved it and he's used it this turn. But of course, that does mean his Frostwolf Warlord is having not gonna have much impact when it does come down.
Top decks the Hex.
That's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. I think he's definitely regretting not Frost Shocking him.
The
But I
Shaman
guess-
could have had lethal like 3 or 4 turns ago if he just changed some of his plays around a little bit.
I think so. But it's hard, hindsight is 20/20, and we do have the gift of being able to see both players' hands. So, I mean, again, Bloodlust. If he doesn't clear at this point, 5, 10. So the Shaman just. Oh, okay, interesting play. Plus the Taunt. It's still a little bit weak. Whoa, okay. Choosing your face instead. I guess
He
knowing.
could have also.
Yep.
He could have also used Lotheb and Dark Bombed the 1/1 and then traded into the Wolf Lord.
So, I would think maybe the play is Hex, and then you can actually clear board and still get 1 damage in the Shaman face using your Fire Elemental. And considering we have seen both Siphon Souls at this point, I think that leaves the Shaman in a pretty good position here. Dark Bomb for the Frostwolf, plus, Taunt Ancient Watcher.
I have no time for games.
Or instead choosing to taunt the Sylvanas. Maybe I maybe felt like taunting the Twilight Drake and killing the middle minion would have been better. Although I guess Sylvanas is pretty great.
I maybe felt a little bit better Dark Bombing the Wolf Lord and then playing Lotheb and the Watcher.
Yeah, possibly. Okay, so no, even if he rolls high, even if he Bloodlust here, that's a bad idea because he still needs to get through Sylvanas. But if he Bloodlusts, attacks in with, I don't know, the Frostwolf dies though. That's the problem. You needed a minion that would live to this. So what he could do is he could play the Razorfin Hunter and Totem and then Bloodlust out of hand, which would mean his Frostwolf Warlord could trade in, and then he'd have 7. He'd have 7 plus. He'd have lethal. If he'd done it the other way.
I would have totemed as well.
Yeah, I know, this is fine. It's still stealing the worst minion on board, and there isn't a lot of too threatening. But again, that was all on RNG play, so it's hard to say.
He would have had lethal that turn if it stole one of the other 3 minions.
So instead, we're going to
Mine
see
was
the.
9+4.
So the Warlock needs to get rid of 2 minions here. If he leaves 2 minions alive, he will lose the game. Or unless he taunts. But again, we can see the Lightning Storm here, which would really rickety wreck.
Well played.
Earthshock. Oh, yeah, no, the Bloodlust. Bloodlust is now 10. Okay, well, I can't see a way for the Shaman to... He can kill the Lotheb with Bloodlust, and he can kill the other thing with Bloodlust, and then he's left with a 2/3 on the Shaman's board, Warlock's board, rather. If he knew the contents of the Shaman's hand, I think he'd definitely go for that play, just because, I mean, the Warlock doesn't have anything to follow up, and you're probably more likely to see the Shaman come out with in the top deck wars. Plus, he can always be toteming every turn, whereas the Warlock has to draw into answers for things. So we'll see how this plays out. Taunt Totem definitely clutch.
I would life tap here as the Warlock.
That's
and just
pretty
hope
risky.
he draws.
This is if we were on ladder and I saw a lava burst, I don't think I'd life tap against this shaman. So he does need to roll taunt here, although that won't save him.
Ready, sir.
So yeah, we are going to see game 2 go to Retro's Warlock again. This time beating LeeMako's Shaman. So well played. I think definitely LeeMako could have played a bit differently to grab lethal a couple of different times. Obviously, you know, it's very hard to do the calculations when you're in game and you want to win, but solid effort from LeeMako and definitely Retro showing us how he plays Handlock. So well played to both players. But we are going to see game 2 go to Retro. So I'll just update the overlay for this.
And I think Lee did miss lethal a few times. where he
Yeah,
could've
well,
won.
I mean, a lot of those are based on RNG, but probably initially he could have maybe used the lava burst a bit aggressively or held onto it even. I mean, a sludge belch is not super threatening, provided if you're looking for your Earth Shock or something.
My friends list is glitched, so I just have to quit and restart.
Yeah, no worries. Let's just update mine. So, alright, let's get out of this game. So I've updated the overlay to reflect the wins and losses. So we're just waiting for the two players to challenge each other. And then I'll get into game. The dreaded friends list bug. Alright, cool. All good. It's a bit scary. Just I don't know what it is with the latest update. But
Yeah, it's been happening since the Undertaker nerf. A lot of people are reporting it as a problem. now.
Undertaker nerf. Damn Undertaker nerf. He couldn't go down without a fight. He had to totally break Hearthstone. So we'll see the enemy paladin's hand at the moment. He does have a Holy Light and Divine Shield and the Hammer of Wrath, which is definitely some interesting answers to the Warlock. It does look like, again, a bit more of an aggro deck with with the Light Warden. I guess looking for that true silver value. Interesting. Just gonna
Or it could be running Earthens or Voodoo Witch Doctors.
That is true. That is true. Just updating the stream, guys. Gotta get my resolution correct. Cool. All good. So waiting for the paladin to make his opening move. I mean, I think particularly with paladin sacrifices, with paladin secrets, it is often all right to play them on turn 1, just because Avenge never really gets value until you've got 2 minions on board. Plus, yeah, we often don't see the. Oh, okay, let's adjust.
Yeah,
this
definitely. But I'd also add that sometimes you'd want to hold on to it to sort of control what target gets, what minion attacks and triggers the secret. So you wouldn't always want to play it when there's 1 mana left spare.
Yeah, definitely. I just feels a bit. It sometimes feels like a bit weak on a turn like turn 2. So
It's
yeah.
kind of like holding onto a freezing trap and timing it. Using it at the
Yeah,
right
that is
time.
true. But again, particularly Noble Sacrifice. Like, what's the best you're gonna get out of a card like that? Really?
Oh, well, a giant minion like a mountain or a molten giant
Right, get all
can
the
save
answers.
you from lethal.
That's true. That's true. You guys to flick that up a little bit. I will just touch up the overlay a sec. Type in, so you just have to talk for me. Be my eyes or my
I
voice.
wouldn't play humility here. I would save that for a giant.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Humility can, but depends on whether or not we're going to see the Kodo combo. He does play Blessing of Kings, which can lend itself to maybe not playing Kodos. But we'll see how it goes. Divine Shield could possibly get some value here with another minion, but
I would hero power Silverhand Recruit and play the Light Warden.
yeah. What about how would you feel about Divine Shielding your previous Silverhand Recruit and then playing the Light Warden and Noble Sacrifice? Because that way you're guaranteed to have a minion on board next turn.
No, because I wouldn't want the Watcher triggering the Noble Sacrifice. I'd save it for a giant.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just thinking in terms of like the Paladin really wants to make sure, no matter what, leading into turn 4, he's got a minion on play because that Blessing of Kings could be a pretty big deal. So we're gonna see the Warlock clear board. See, this is the thing, like the playing a little bit differently. He could have had a minion, and all he'd be missing is a Noble Sacrifice in hand and his Divine Shield card. So, choosing to go face. Okay, well this could still play out pretty well. The young Dragonhawk. Interesting. Okay, interesting. We could see a similar situation where he does have lethal in hand again, and get to the problem against the Warlock where the Warlock just draws into too many answers, and LeeMako's not able to close it out. Particularly Paladins don't traditionally have a lot of reach. See, I think that was a bit of a misplay from the Warlock.
Yeah, because he just buffed the Light Warden. It works for both players.
Yeah, because I mean we saw the actual heal that he got means that he takes the same amount of damage from the Light Warden. Wow,
Yeah.
actually, oh man, imagine if okay, join this hypothetical with me, but Paladin with Wind Fury right now, that would be terrifying. Oh man, he can pump a lot of damage. He can get 10 this turn, and then
I know there's a 5-mana spell in the Paladin deck that doubles the attack of a minion, but I forget what it's called.
It's
So
Blessing of Might, I do believe. Blessing of Might, or it's like Blessing of something. They're always blessing people.
Blessing of Might is the +3 attack for 1 mana.
It's not Blessing of Kings. Blessing of Strength. Oh, man, I'm just blessing. I'm guessing about this blessing. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just going blank, but I know it doubles the attack.
Oh yeah, so he does almost board clear here. There might have been a case to... Oh no, there wasn't really a good way to trigger the Mighty Machine. Mighty Machine, I call it Mighty Machine. Its real name is Micro Machine. Okay. It's just confusing because it's a reference to both the Micro Machines, which were the counterpoint to the Transformers in the 80s, and it's also it's a Mickey reference, so it's like Mighty Mouse. It's a bit strange. So we're probably gonna see. Oh man, same sort of deal. It's a similar situation in the last couple of games. I guess he does wish he had the young Dragonhawk on board. Okay, are we gonna see him go face here? I guess. Humility for the Giant. Probably not looking to drop the young Dragonhawk. I imagine he's got some sort of combo set up there. Just an attack with a weapon. It's probably not going to see the Warlock tap. Although if the Warlock can get to turn 9, Jiraxxus would pretty much close this game out if the Paladin uses all his reach.
I would have just played the Dragonhawk anyway on the Paladin's turn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming.
Onto it in your hand.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the Sun Fury right now. Again, you're not Angry Chicken. Actually, yeah, okay, Angry Chicken, Blessing of Kings, similar to the Mistress of Pain Demon Heart combo. Or it's kind of like a ghetto Grommash, in a way. It's like a Grommash off of an Unstable Portal, because you get a 10. Well, in this case, you get a 10-4, but still, interesting combos in the Paladin deck. I'd love to see the deck list, so hopefully LeeMako is able to share that with us after the game. Because it does seem like a budget thing that would catch maybe not so much handlock as we're seeing, but quite possibly the Hunter and the Priest maybe. He would catch those off guard and just close out against classes which aren't used to dealing with strange buff minions every turn. And maybe
Usually a control Paladin would have Equality here, and he'd go Equality, Consecrate, and clear the board.
Yes, although he could still draw into it at this point. I mean, the Warlock's only really nurturing... Well, after the this goes off, he's only going to be nurturing 4-12, so the Paladin at least has 2 turns to draw into the Equality. Although choosing instead to use the Consecration on this turn. I think there's a cause for Jiraxxus here. Just to the heal, nothing else. Plus he's the Eridan Lord of the Burning Legion, which is always fun.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully see an emote war come off in a second.
Yeah. Spamming the bit.
So it's right now, no, it's yeah. Unless the paladin was able to heal for one more, oh, you could have seen this game continue. But obviously the dark bomb in hand and the
And the
Vargas.
emote.
There's the emote. Okay, well it looks like we're gonna see the BM from Retro. It looks like we're gonna see game 3 go to Retro. So bit of a sweep from his handlock. Again, we'd also like to see the list for this handlock, although it does seem pretty traditional at this stage. Interesting to find out about the Ragnaros. But well played to both the players.